the big main event tomorrow night. The undefeated Justin Gaethje fights Michael Johnson. And Michael Johnson's actually favored in this fight, but Gaethje's undefeated. He's the World Series of Fighting champion. How's he the underdog?
One of the most prominent offshore books opened to this fight about 2 weeks ago now at Gaethje minus 240 and went all the way to Johnson minus 170. It has just been unbelievable how much sharp money came in on Michael Johnson right away. We went all the way to minus 165 on Johnson and stopped. Now that all the sharp money is stopped because there's no longer any value in betting Michael Johnson, what we're seeing is the public start to come in on Justin Gaethje, and I think we're actually back down to minus 160. But similar to Marlon Moraes and David Branch when they made their, comebacks to the UFC off WSOF, we're seeing that, public money come in on Gaethje because he really was the cult favorite kind of over there. The undefeated lightweight champion who always had exciting fights.
Wow. Jeez, I like Michael Johnson this fight, but not at that price.
That's my problem, too. The fact that you could have had Michael Johnson as an underdog makes me not want to lay 160.
Yeah.
But I think we would all admit there's a lot of advantages in this fight.
Pair of shoes that were just half off, all of a sudden the sale's over. You're not buying those shoes.
I mean, what is the best win that Justin Gaethje's ever had? A shot? Melvin Guillard? Louis Palomino? Melvin Guillard?
Split decision from Melvin Guillard.
Yeah. In a fight where Melvin was hitting him, at will till he faded.
Yeah. Well, you kind of think, what are they thinking, putting him in that tough,
I mean, Michael Johnson, to me, is almost a no-win. He's a guy who has wins over Tony Ferguson, Edson Barbosa, Dustin Poirier. He just fought Khabib. I mean, he's fought everyone. Fought Beneil Dariush and lost a split decision, but could have won.
Nick, you don't like this matchup for a guy like Justin Gaethje, his first fight in the UFC.
Well, I think if the UFC was looking at it at a little bit more of a marketing standpoint, they got a guy they can build here, Justin Gaethje.
Well, but he was the champ somewhere else. So if you're the champ of an organization outside the UFC, it's really important that first fight in the UFC, you get the crap beat out of you. That makes this UFC look better, and that's what it's all about.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay. I was thinking, well, this guy's got a following. He could follow right over to the UFC, build this guy up, make a superstar out of him. No, that's not their thinking. They want you to know. They want you to know who the boss is.
All the Pride guys, once they came to the UFC, they wanted to get them the worst matchups possible.
Right.
Yeah.
And look, Michael Johnson's been beatable, but he's lost 11 times. But 7 of his 11 losses have come by submission to grapplers, and he's never been knocked out in his entire career. And you're bringing in a defensive wrestler puncher, and Justin Gaethje. This is
not too heavy-handed.
This is a perfect fit for Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
He wants to keep the fight standing too, and he's the more accurate puncher here.
Right.